So after competing in this event throughout the years, competition reps are everything. They build confidence. They teach you about yourself. They keep you sharp. Being under the gun helps so much. Competition is everything. If I'm not competing week in, week out, it becomes way more difficult for me to obtain my goals, for me to maintain a level and balance of consistency, for me to compete effectively. I've got to be playing a whole lot more than I have been for the past year. Now, if it wasn't for the BPGA and for the Bermuda government, I wouldn't have been able to retain my card last year. That was the only reason why I was able to finish my APGA season. There's no other way to do it than to be competing every week. And I want to compete. I want to be playing against the best. When I was playing well, you can tell because I was playing Moonlight Tour events, APGA events, Monday qualifiers, US Open qualifier. I was doing everything. I was playing state opens. I was going around America playing in each and every event I could get my hands on. And you saw the result of it. It led to me being one of the best players on the APGA that year. I got into one of the invitationals that year for the APGA. I qualified for the Farmers Insurance APGA Open twice, back-to-back years. But that's solely because I was competing every week. My game was sharper. When you compete every week, you're able to think the game better. You're able to process things better. You're able to learn your tendencies, which then leads to you playing better golf. I don't care who you are. You got to be competing every week for you to get where you need to in golf. You've got to be playing every week. And you saw once I started playing less and less because the funds started to dry up and the sponsors started to dry up. You saw what happened. You saw exactly what happened. Like, you could see the change in my game, the scores, the process, the consistency. That all started to drop once I started to lose funding. And I'm grateful for everyone that has helped throughout the years. But it takes a team and it takes finances to get to the PGA Tour. There's no other way to do it. I don't care who you are. It is difficult for you to do it without the backing and finances. But you've also got to compete. I can practice all day long. If I'm not playing week in, week out, then yes, I might catch lightning in the bottle, but it becomes more difficult for any of this to go well if I do not compete in as many tournaments as possible. And it's as simple as that. And I'm grateful for everyone that has helped throughout the years. Every little bit of help has been great. If it wasn't for the BPGA and if it wasn't for the Bermuda government last year, I wouldn't have been able to retain my card this year on the APGA. But now it looks like I'm going to miss the event next in 2 weeks' time in San Antonio because I just don't have the finance. It's tough. And all I can do is do my best to get there. And that's all I've been trying to do for the past couple of years. It's just I'm trying to fight for my dream. I know I can attain it. Again, just look at, I would say my prime example is from September 2021 until the end of 2023. That sort of a 2.5 year stretch. You look at my finishes on the APGA, how much points I accumulated, how I got into the Farmers every year. I was competing week in, week out. You saw the results. I was getting more help financially then than I am now. And again, I'm not discrediting the BPGA, the government, or anybody else that's helped me throughout the years. Malcolm Goslin, thank you so much, sir. Without your help, I wouldn't have have made a name for myself in America playing golf, as well as Jerry Rivers. Thank you, sir. You know what I mean? There's so many people that have helped me throughout the years. But now it's becoming more difficult to compete without the help of that I was receiving prior to what's going on now. Yeah, finances and competition. Got to be playing week in, week out. There's no other way I can put it. And now that I'm trying to do this on my own and have been, it's looking bleak, but the God I serve, the God I believe in, He's a miraculous, wonder-working God, and I just gotta have faith. And that's why I'm still believing in myself. I scraped as much money as I could together to play in this APGA event this past week. And I will fight for my dream until the death of me, because I know how good I am. I know the gift that God gave me. And I will not give up on myself. And I will not give up the gift that God has provided for me. And I know that golf is a gift. He gave me the talent, and I'm just trying to use it to serve Him properly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit on my gifts. I have played with numerous amazing golfers, guys that are on Korn Ferry Tour, PGA Tour. They've always wondered why I never got the backing that they got. But I'm going to do this until the wheels fall off, and I am going to fight for what I believe in. And I believe that I'm good enough to play on the PGA Tour. And I am going to continue to play until I cannot play anymore. I am going to continue to... I'm gonna fight. Because I have that much faith in myself. And even if I don't play another one for another 2 months, I'm going to do everything I can to get ready for my next event. Because I believe in myself. I believe in my ability. And more importantly, I believe in the gifts that God has given me. So throughout the years, I've learned that I have the ability to play PGA Tour level golf. And I believe when it all comes together, I will be playing on the PGA Tour or some major tour of some sort. Whether it be PGA Tour, Live, because like I said, I just want to compete and play golf and live through the gift that was given to me. So I believe that at some point I am going to reach my goals. Somebody like Tim O'Neill is a huge inspiration, because Tim always had the ability, but he just had to get the breakthrough and the mental breakthrough before he was able to attain his card. He is now 50 playing on the Champions Tour. He never got his PGA Tour card, even though from my eyes, he always had the ability to play on the tour. He never gave up on himself, but he had backing the entire time, financial backing. His best friend had backed him from the time that he got out of college until now. That's 30 years of backing. It took him 30 years to realize how good he was and to accomplish his goal. He now plays on the PGA Tour Champions Tour. Do I want to take 30 years? No, but I'm going to stick to I'm going to stick to the wicket until it happens. So that is what I have learned in my journey. My process might be different than somebody else's. I cannot give up on myself, though. I cannot give up on the gift that I have. I cannot give up and sacrifice or lose all of this. So I will continue to compete. I will continue to play. I will fight for what I believe in, but I know that I am good enough, and I am not going to stop as long as God gives me breath And as long as I have the ability to swing a golf club, I am going to use it to give one, God glory, and two, to fight for what I believe to be true. And that is that I am a PGA Tour player. That is what this process has taught me.